July 13th, 2024. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a day that will go down in American history as a very, how would you say it, humbling day, where America, I believe, in my opinion, realizes we've gotten out of hand. We really have. And that's obviously an understatement for everyone that knows what happened just 2 days ago on Saturday, where Donald Trump was giving a speech. He was at one of his major rallies with lots of people there in Butler, Pennsylvania, and a man tried to assassinate him. He fired 8 shots, which is the reports that we saw on Fox News, live on television. 8 shots were fired at Donald Trump, and one, this is terrible to say, but fortunately, the only one that hit him was one that simply went through his ear. Oh boy. At the end of the day, I don't know where we go from here. I don't know how you rectify this. You know what I mean? Like we reached this point a long time ago with Abraham Lincoln, but that was after a civil war had already been fought. This is the type of stuff that can cause civil wars. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm not seeing an off-ramp. Many people, independent journalists, independent reporters for independent news agencies have said over and over and over again, okay? They tried to defeat him in 2016, didn't work, okay? They did not want that to happen again. They did not want Donald Trump to win the presidency back again. So what do? They try to press all these charges against him. That's the second step. They couldn't beat him fairly. So now they're going to try to press all these charges against him, try to put him in jail. That has failed. All of the sentencing and everything has been moved until after the election is already over. Okay? So that failed. The only logical step for these sycophants that want to destroy Donald Trump's opportunity to become president again, the only logical step up for them is to try to kill Donald Trump. Now, I do not know for sure if this was a plot by the intelligence organizations, like it seemingly was with John F. Kennedy. I don't know that. That's all allegations. However, I do think that there is some pretty compelling evidence that this was an inside job, that the intelligence organizations knew this was going to happen, that the Secret Service knew this was going to happen. And so we're going to get into that. But first, let's get into the news and see what has been happening. Let's start with the day of. From the Post-Millennial, breaking, President Trump confirms he was shot with bullet that pierced his right ear in a new statement. Former President Donald Trump released a statement on Truth Social following an assassination attempt at the Pennsylvania rally that left his face bleeding, one attendee dead, and the shooter also deceased. The former president clarified that he was shot with a bullet that pierced the upper part of his right ear. Donald Trump said on Truth Social, "I want to thank the United States Secret Service." Don't do that just yet, Donald Trump. And all of law enforcement for their rapid response on the shooting that just took place in Butler, Pennsylvania. Most importantly, I want to extend my condolences to the family of the person at the rally who was killed and also to the family of another person that was badly injured. It is incredible that such an act can take place in our country. Nothing is known at this time about the shooter who is now dead, and I was shot with a bullet that pierced the upper part of my right ear. I knew immediately that something was wrong. I'm going to try to find the rest of this. Okay, I knew immediately that something was wrong in that I heard a whizzing sound, shots, and immediately felt the bullet ripping through the skin. Much bleeding took place, so I realized then what was happening, Trump explained in his statement. Trump also expressed gratitude to the United States Secret Service and law enforcement for the rapid response, yada, yada, yada. We all just read that. So the question on everybody's mind at the time is, well, who done it? Who is the psychopath that would take shots at the leading candidate for the presidency in this country. From the Associated Press, in the wake of Trump's attempted assassination, investigators search for clues around the motive. The 20-year-old man who tried to assassinate former President Donald Trump first came to law enforcement's attention at Saturday's rally when spectators noticed him acting strangely outside the campaign event. The tip sparked a frantic search, but officers were unable to find him before he managed to get on a roof where he opened fire. In the wake of the shooting that killed one spectator, investigators were hunting for any clues about what may have drove Thomas Matthew Crooks of Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, to carry out the shocking attack. The FBI said they were investigating it as a potential act of domestic terrorism, but the absence of a clear ideological move by the man shot dead by Secret Service led conspiracy theories to flourish. The old conspiracy theories. I urge everyone, please don't make assumptions about his motives or his affiliations, President Joe Biden said in remarks Sunday. Yeah, we don't care about what Joe Biden has to say, seeing as how he's the leader of the executive branch, and the executive branch is the one that is in charge of the Secret Service. Yeah. I wonder, gosh, man, it's just, why is that a thing? I get that somebody's got to be in charge of it, but why is it that the president in office is supposed to be the one protecting the person that's trying to take over that president's job? It just doesn't seem like a good system, but I don't really know what we would do as an alternative. Let's continue reading. The FBI said it believes Crooks, who had bomb-making materials in the car he drove to the rally, acted alone. Investigators have found no threatening comments on social media accounts or ideological positions that could help explain what led him to target Trump before the Secret Service rushed the presumptive Republican president nominee off the stage, his face smeared with blood. Trump said on social media the upper part of his relatives of Crook didn't respond to numerous messages from the Associated Press. His father, Matthew Crooks, told CNN late Saturday that he was just trying to figure out what the heck is going on, but wouldn't speak about his son until after he talked to law enforcement. An FBI official told reporters that Crooks' family is cooperating with investigators. Several rallygoers reported to local officers that Crooks was acting suspiciously and pacing near the magnetometers, something like that. English is hard, apparently. According to a law enforcement official who spoke on the condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to discuss the investigation, officers were then told Crooks was climbing a ladder. The official said officers searched for him but were unable to find him before he made it to the roof, the official added. I would like to add to that statement, because apparently the AP isn't going to sit here and tell us, is that they could see him on the roof. All of the people that were out, just out and about, just kind of, staring, they were kind of standing further away from the building. They could see him on the roof, and they were trying to tell the officers over and over again, hey, there's a guy up there with a gun. There's a guy up there with a gun. You guys should probably go up there and stop him. And, of course, one witness said that the officers were standing too close to the building, and they couldn't see him up there. Obviously, this is extremely infuriating, because one, why were there not Secret Service officials standing on that building? You're telling me this is. I want everyone to take a look at this. 164 yards away from Trump. This is the gunman on the rooftop. 164 yards. The Secret Service is specifically trained to not leave rooftops like this open. They are specifically trained not to do this. And Donald Trump has spoken in rallies at this exact location before. And the Secret Service had agents on these rooftops in order to stop someone from trying to take a shot at Trump. And yet, here we are, back at this exact location where he's done rallies before, and they decide to leave this rooftop open. So they're specifically trained not to do that. They've been at this location before, and they didn't leave that rooftop open. So what led them to do it this time? oh, well, maybe they just had new DEI hires on the Secret Service. Yeah, we're going to get to that here in just a second. Butler County Sheriff Michael Sloop told the AP that a local officer climbed to the roof and encountered crooks who saw the officer and turned toward him just before the officer dropped down to safety. Excuse me, what? Yes, you just read that correctly. An officer climbed up the ladder, saw Crooks, Thomas Matthew Crooks, with his rifle, and instead of taking out his gun and firing at the man to try to stop him from taking a shot at Donald Trump and killing 2 people, he falls down the ladder to safety. Sloop said the officer couldn't have wielded his own gun under the circumstances. Oh, you mean the circumstances where there was nobody else around? Just a dude on a roof? Sloop said the officer couldn't have wielded his own gun. The officer retreated down the ladder and Crooks quickly took a shot toward Trump, and that's when Secret Service snipers shot him, according to 2 officials who spoke to AP on condition of anonymity to discuss an ongoing investigation. So this is the information that we have on Crooks, except we know that at the age of 17, Crooks donated to Act Blue. Act Blue is a website where you can donate specifically to Democrats. Okay. However, he was registered as a Republican in the state of Pennsylvania. His parents are registered Democrats who vote Democrat. At the end of the day, I don't know what this kid's political affiliation was, and I really don't care. I don't care what he was registered as. Because at the end of the day, someone can just as... all you got to do is look around at this country and see all the people that have been radicalized by this far-left ideology. You know what I'm saying? Going, Antifa, walking through city streets, burning entire city blocks to the ground. Just going and looting everything, stealing from store shop owners anytime something that they don't like happens in society. You got these pride parades where men and women just walk around entire cities butt naked, performing sex acts on each other in front of children. Yes, you have school teachers in the public schools that are telling children that they should cut off their genitals if they play with what they perceive as the other gender's toy. Oh, you're actually a girl. You're not a boy. Yes, this is a far left, sycophantic zealotry that is indoctrinating people left and right. And it is disgusting. So, at the end of the day, I don't really care what his political affiliation is, seeing as how easily people have been indoctrinated by this disgusting far-left ideology. I don't care. I don't care what his I don't care what he was registered as. We see people left and right every single day falling into this left-wing ideology, falling into the what the media is telling us about Trump. Oh, he's Hitler. He's literally, this is the dawn of American fascism, and Trump is the one leading it. And then, of course, you get someone who takes a shot. This is what Democrats wanted, guys. This is exactly what Democrats wanted. How do I know that? Well, take a look at this video. They outright tell you what they want.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
People need to start taking to the streets. This is a dictator.
There needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
Enemies of the state.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
Do something about your dad's immigration practices, you feckless.
When they go low, we kick them.
How do you resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck?
The biggest terror threat in this country is white men most of them radicalized right, to the right.
I thought he should have punched him in the face. I said, even if you lost, he insulted your wife.
Yes.
He came down the escalator and called Mexicans rapists and murderers. He said, well, what do you think I should have done? I said, I think you should have punched him in the face and then gotten out of the race. You would have been a hero.
I'd like to punch him in the face. I said if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
Punch some people in the face!
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
Look as his character is stabbed to death.
Where is John Wilkes Booth when you need him?
That's it right there. Pull it up.
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
Yeah, there you have it. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what else to tell you. Democrats absolutely wanted this. 100%. You have it right here. Dozens of political actors and politicians on the left all saying that this is exactly what they want. Now, guys, the next question, of course, that was running through everybody's mind on July 13th, whenever this happened, was, okay, what is the response? How is everybody reacting to this? So everybody goes to social media. And guys, the left-wing media and left-wingers in general, well, let's just say they were not having a very good day. This is their left-wing media and the corporate media. This was their reaction. This was the news stories that they were putting out and some of the headlines they were putting out. Let's see. Let's read the first one. From CNN Politics, Secret Service rushes Trump off stage after he falls at rally. Yes. Trump, let's see, New York Times. Trump rushed off stage after chaos at rally. Oh, yes. For MSNBC, Secret Service, Donald Trump safe after popping sounds heard at rally. Oh, popping sounds. Was someone making popcorn? Oh, okay. Well, let's check this. The Washington Post, Trump escorted away after loud noises at Pennsylvania rally. And of course, the reason why they do this is because the average person's not paying attention. The average person in the United States is going about their lives, not paying attention to anything around them, not paying attention to politics. They're just trying to go to the store and get their groceries, or they're trying to do their schoolwork at their university, or they're trying to, just work their daily job and make ends meet and pay their bills. And the average person is not trying to get too deeply involved in politics. And so what does the average person do? When they come across the news article, they just read the headline and say, oh, there was popping noises at a Trump rally, and it looks like the Secret Service overreacted. Oh, okay, cool. And then they go on about their lives. They only see the headline. They don't see what's actually happened. They don't really look any further into it, and then they just go on about their lives. And then you get people like today saying, oh, he wasn't really, nobody tried to kill Donald, even though 2 people are dead and we have a shooter that is dead. And Trump's ear has a hole in it. It's absolutely insane. And then, of course, you have the far left-wingers that do know exactly what happened, but have decided to say that they are not really happy that the guy missed. Yes, that is correct. This is Destiny at the Omniliberal, who is in my opinion, a far left sycophant zealot who, let's just say he had this to say. A person in a crowd cheering for and supporting a traitor to this country caught astray, meaning that he was shot. I'm so sad. Please. Guys, I didn't think that Democrats were this evil. I genuinely didn't. I know that they had done, the far left had done some pretty psychotic things in the past. I did not think that it was truly this bad. I really didn't. And then of course we have some more here. This is a professor at UBC. Dang, so close. Too bad. Dang it, so close. And now he'll milk being a victim for more votes. I really wish the person had better aim. What a glorious day this could have been. This is Dr. Karen Pinder at, let's see, what's this university? University of British Columbia. This is a professor at the University of British Columbia saying, dang, so bad that he missed. Let's find some more. This is the far left sycophantic fools. This is, of course, after the Supreme Court ruling. Where they granted Donald Trump some form of immunity for official acts. From Harry Sisson, according to the Supreme Court, Biden could now send in SEAL Team 6 to take all of them out. He could send in the military to take out Trump. He has immunity for official acts now. As if killing your political opponents is an official act for a president. You absolute imbecile, Harry Sisson. This is a video here. Of the people who could see the shooter on the roof and were pointing it out to the officers that were there. Here is a oh boy, I gotta show you guys this, man. This is a mashup of some far left psychopaths just letting us all know how angry they are that the guy missed. Let's take a listen.
John Wilkes Booth, if you can hear us, if you are with us, please, John Wilkes Booth, if you're listening, please.
Let me get this straight, dumbass! You have a fully reloaded shotgun, but you chose to use a one bullet.
We're not even sending our best to fucking assassinate. Cause what the hell was that? Lee Harvey Oswald would never, bitch. John Wilkes Booth would never.
Today was like this close to being the best day ever.
Also, the person that at Trump at his rally was exercising that right that all those Republicans were fighting for. So, can you really blame him?
John Wilkes Booth.
And of course, they're all wrong. They're all wrong. This is the reality of where we're at in our country. And this is why I say that there's no off-ramp. There's no off-ramp. Look at what they're saying. The leading candidate for the presidency was almost murdered. He was almost assassinated at his own rally because Secret Service failed to do their job, or, in my opinion, chose not to do their job. And this is their response. This is the response from the left. So, what do we do with the Secret Service then? The Biden Secretary Director, Kimberly Cheadle, vowed to make DEI a priority of agency. Yes. This picture right here is a video. This was taken from a video of one of the DEI hires, in my opinion, this woman on the Secret Service who was so flustered that she could not even get her firearm back into her holster on the day of. So flustered, so out of her mind, could not keep her cool, which is what they're trained to do, or at least that's what we thought they were trained to do. Couldn't do it. Then, of course, guys, I don't even know, man. Look, at the end of the day, there's very little off-ramp here. And I don't see how we as a nation rectify this. I don't. I do want to show you guys some polls where now we are seeing some pretty clear changes in the polling recently. This is from Polymarket. Polymarket is a it's a website where you can go and you can make bets on what you believe is going to happen specifically for the presidency. And so these people are going in and they're putting their own money on what they think is going to happen. So, and this is why I personally believe that this is a little bit better than normal polls, because these people are putting their money on this. Okay. So Pennsylvania, Trump gets a new high. This is the swing state odds for the presidential winner, okay? Pennsylvania, new high of 67% to Biden's 33%. Wisconsin, a new high of 65% for Trump, 35% for Biden. Michigan, a new high, 61% for Trump, 39% for Biden. And Arizona, a new high, Trump 78%, Biden 22%. You have Nevada, Trump 79%, Biden 21%. Georgia, Trump 77%, Biden 23%. North Carolina, Trump 82%, Biden 18%. The balance of power in this is 70% Republican for the presidency. Now, at the end of the day, guys, I don't know what's going to happen. I truly don't. If the left has gotten this far in their sycophancy, in their disgusting ideology, why would they stop now? Why would they stop now? The RNC should be underway. I believe it started today on the 15th, 15th of July. I could be wrong. You can check on that. And Trump is supposed to be there. Trump is supposed to be there at the RNC in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And we're going to see what happens. Gosh, I've gone way too long on this video. But God, it's insane, guys. How often do we get to a place in this country where this happens? How often? And I'm really quickly, I want to go over why I believe what I believe when it comes to the Secret Service and how this very well could have been an inside job. This story right here from Benny Johnson posted this. According to all available video of the assassination attempt of President Trump, these Secret Service snipers had eyes on the target for over a minute, maybe more. Yet they let the left-wing assassin crawl into position and fire on Trump. Question, who gave the order to stand down? And then these are the Secret Service snipers who were apparently, according to reports, had their eyes on the target for over a minute and possibly even more. Yet they waited until specifically after the assassin or the would-be assassin was in place and had eyes on Trump and fired on Trump before they chose to pull the trigger. Thomas Matthew Crooks, the would-be assassin, fired 8 shots at Donald Trump before the Secret Service snipers ever fired one. Then, of course, you have the fact that why did they allow him to continue speaking? If they have a sniper on a rooftop with eyes on Trump, pointing a gun at Donald Trump, how on earth was Donald Trump allowed to continue speaking? It should have been communicated, hey, there's a guy on a rooftop with a gun, get Trump out of there now. And Trump should have been off the stage before the sniper ever had a chance to fire. And they wonder why. They wonder why we believe these things. You leave too many questions open for us as the public. You leave too many questions open. This is the reality, guys. We've seen this type of thing in the past. We have. Presidents like John F. Kennedy. It is widely believed, okay, not by conspiracy theorists, widely believed by millions of Americans across this country that the FBI and the CIA were directly involved in the assassination of John F. Kennedy. This is widely believed. And part of the reason, in my opinion, that the government refuses to release the files that they have about the John F. Kennedy assassination. Guys, I genuinely don't know. I don't know. I do know, however, that ammunition websites were crashing after this happened because so many people were buying ammunition for their guns. Guys, all I can say is this. Pray for Donald Trump. Pray for our country. Pray for our countrymen that these zealots on the far left, that they would turn from their ways and repent of their sins. I'm sorry. You got guys like this Destiny fool that are outright saying that they don't care that a man was killed. That a man who just turned 50 years old, a man who was covering his family, was shot and killed, trying to protect his family. He doesn't care about that. And then, of course, you got the other far left sycophants saying, oh, how could he miss? Guys, we've reached a very dangerous crossroads in this country. I truly believe that. And if we want any hope of this calming down, any hope of turning this around, we have to clean up our government, one, and we have to continuously speak out and show that these far left sycophants are the minority in this country. And I believe the best way to do that is to go vote in November. And if you're going to go vote, you got to go, you got to vote top down Republican, down ballot Republican. You have to. Because if Democrats win the House and they keep control of the Senate, they're just going to impeach Trump. They're just going to impeach him. Even if Trump wins, they'll just impeach him and remove him from office on the first day that he gets in there. Possibly even before that. So, yeah, you got to vote down ballot Republican. You have to. That's the only way I see this changing. Somebody can get in and they can start to go after some of these people in our government that are heavily corrupt. And then if you and I, using the power of social media and the internet to show, hey, these far left sycophants, these zealots on the far left, you guys are the minority. If we can continuously do this, I believe we can take our country back. Nobody said this was going to be easy, guys. Nobody said that. We are facing extreme times with a lot of extreme people around us. But you can't give up. You can't give up, man. We got to keep metaphorically and politically fighting to take our country back. I'm going to leave it there. Pray for Trump. Pray for our country. Pray for the people of our nation. I will see you guys in the next video. I will have another video coming for you guys probably later this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment down in the comment section, share the show with your friends. Follow me on all the socials down in the description and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified whenever we put out new videos. And I will see you guys in the next one. Stay safe out there, guys. Bye-bye.